Awesome.
Oh, yeah, we're doing this.
So it is like you kind of get off the docks and you have to walk on some rocks for a little bit to get there. Right now it's fine and you get there all right. If something happens and you don't kill Tyrius on this drop and you go into initiative, you will be in difficult terrain because these are pretty difficult rocks to step on. Right now it's fine, but
will be difficult terrain for him too.
What's that?
Will be difficult terrain for him too.
Yeah.
As long as it's all fair, it's okay.
I don't know what Huron's favored terrain is.
Yeah, what is your favorite terrain, Huron?
My favorite terrain is coastal, forest, and Arctic.
So none of the above.
So it's also difficult.
It feels coastal. It has a coastal feel. What?
We're on a coast.
Rocks on the ocean. That's coast. The actual definition of it.
Rocks by the ocean.
What I like about this planet is that probably as a turtle, Tyrius can hear and understand everything we're talking about. He knows we're planning on just smashing him on a rock.
Impending doom.
Cool. Is that a turtle shell? I'm sure it's just you can't hear a thing in there. Muffled. Voices are all mumbly.
He's just in his shell, just going.
Trademarked.
Cool. So you guys are on the rock cut.
Shall we contain the area? I have a spell for a wall of rocks to push you all in, so at least you can't necessarily immediately push you into the ocean.
I mean, if you would like.
Just remember, if you have the wall of rocks, that means that we are trapped with him and his poison.
Fair enough, let's not do that.
I actually don't mind.
I'm just gonna stand here with this hammer like this and wait.
Right,
yes.
Okay, question for the DM.
Yes.
If we all ready actions, like, as we're waiting, does that mean we get a surprise round before we go into initiative?
Yes, that is what I was thinking. That
okay.
Once you drop him, I'm sure, I mean, the drop might kill him on its own, depending. If not, he will come out of his turtle form, but he will be on the ground, so he'll be prone, at which point you could all attack with advantage before we actually enter initiative, if you're all readying that attack.
All right. Get my sword out.
I will ready my quarterstaff.
I'm going to grab a rock first, everyone, and I'll throw that down so you know the exact spot where he will fall, and I'll send you a message to tell you to be ready for when I drop him.
Okay.
Sound good?
Very wily coyote.
Because I would hate it if you were all set up around one spot and then he fell and he was in another spot.
Falls behind you already and just like,
oh shit!
Yeah.
And you're sure you have enough magic to get back down safely?
Yes, I think so. Yep.
You think so?
I will break your fall.
Oh, that's very gentlemanly
You
of you,
will not?
Dietrich. I would not want to murder a king by landing on him from such a height.
I will take the blow.
How unkingly of me would it be if I just let you fall, though?
I'll get down safely, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Aleda, don't die. It's dwarven advice.
Thank you, Huron. I appreciate it. Okay, so I guess I'll take the turtle wrapped in the banister, banister. Why do we keep saying banister? The turtle wrapped in the banner and a rock, because the rocks for testing. A rock of the similar size and weight.
okay.
All right, and then I will dimension door, which I have not used before, so I'm going to read it just to make sure I have this correct.
Yep. It would be funny if it was something and it was like, oh, never mind, this isn't gonna.
I've read it enough before that. So I can teleport myself from my current location to any other spot within range, within 500 feet. I can arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place that I can see, one I can visualize, or one I can describe by stating the distance and direction. You can bring along objects or creatures, so long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. Or also one willing creature of your size or smaller. the creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast this spell. And then I can't arrive in a spot where something else is already occupying it, but I'm sure I'd be able to see where I'm going.
Cool.
A cloud.
And you're quicken spelling this, so you're like getting there, dropping, getting back, right?
Yeah, you said there was a mountain, so I originally thought about the quicken spell so that if I was at 500 feet in the air, I could cast it so that I wouldn't fall from a great height myself. But am I just going on top of a mountain and throwing it down?
I mean, you could, if that's the way you would prefer.
Is there a straight drop that I can throw it down to, like with no like outcroppings?
It's not like a perfectly downward mountain, so you'd have to kind of know where you're going, though. So if you want to do a perception to see if you see a good spot up top.
Sure, I'll
We
do a
also don't want to
perception.
lose this turtle on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, that's true. So my perception's only going to be 13. Huron, can you suggest anything for me, like a spot that would be good very high up?
I'm quite good at that, actually. I would absolutely love to roll that perception.
I imagine he's been all over the island before he was locked up.
At 24, Richard.
Cool. Yeah, you know there is a, like, kind of directly up, there is a flat surface. It's not very big, so like you're not gonna you can't do a little dance once you throw them off, but there is enough room that you can stand up there safely. Yeah.
Okay. I could read his thoughts so that I could know exactly where to go, if he would allow me to do so.
I allow you to do so.
All right. This will only take a moment. I'm gonna put my hands around his temple and like kind of stare into his eyes,
Well then.
and just, and then like have you just think of the location, and I'll be able to think of it as well.
Huron thinks of a few things to kind of get his mind ready. He thinks of the food bag. He thinks of his letter bag. He thinks of the area on top, and then he thinks of no dancing.
No dancing?
No dancing up there. Not enough room.
I won't be dancing, especially if it's the image that you gave me. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, he also thinks of the spoon, and he's a little afraid of it.
Good. All right, so I'm going to go up. I'm going to drop the rock. Where that rock lands, I'm assuming that's where this will land. All right. See you all in a bit. And I'll use Dimension Door to get up to the spot that Huron thought of.
Cool. Since you were able to read his mind, yeah, you go up exactly where that spot is, and you're up there safely.
Whew. Very, quite a height. Is this 500 feet up, 200 feet up?
That is like 450 feet up. Like, it's not quite the whole way, but it's very far up there.
Cool. Just wanted to know. So first, I'm going to. I actually don't think message extends this far. I think I'm just gonna shout down, "Sending the rock," because message doesn't go that far.
Yeah, you guys don't really hear it.
You'll see a rock fall
Yeah.
down eventually.
The rock being yeet at us.
The rock's gonna kill all of us.
So I assume the rock falls and the rock lands.
Comes, hits the ground, and you guys know where that turtle is.
Good placement. Good placement.
Okay,
Alright,
we're all set.
Around the rock.
All right, we're ready.
So,
Well done, Hero.
Leda,
I guess that's why
Yeah,
you're the
that's-
official king
Sorry. What?
ranger. No.
Aleda, to see how accurate you make the second throw, like how well you equal your last throw, just do an athletics to see how well your arm is.
Oh, athletics. Athletics is -1, Richard. This
Do you
is
still
not
have your
good.
inspiration? Do you still have your inspiration?
The bardic inspiration only lasts for the first 10 minutes after, and given that they were low-level bards, I don't think so.
It's a long time.
So Huron, when's the wedding?
Pardon, Your Majesty.
Fine.
Kelly, you're just quietly is like.
That seemed like a happy face, Cora.
So it was a 19 with a -1 is an 18 because I have
Okay,
minus
cool.
one.
So you
Whoa!
So we're
when you
fine.
throw it, it's gonna land pretty much where the rock landed, with the difference of like a couple feet.
Now I looked up falling damage.
Yeah.
And there is a top for falling damage, so it would be as much as 200 feet, which would be 20d6.
Oh.
Cool.
So I have a roller ready if I'm rolling.
You can roll if you want. I'm gathering my dice, but if you want to roll.
No, I think it's more climactic if you do it. We trust you.
Good thing it's D6.
Yeah,
That's
because
what I have the most of.
Richard's opening up old board games, getting more.
Monopoly, Blockbuster.
I do have like just a bunch of normal.
I feel like Blockbuster doesn't even have any dice in it, but somehow they're there.
Still open.
I didn't even question the Blockbuster dice statement. I was like,
I have 16, so almost there.
Roll those and then 4.
I've never had a DM roll that many
Hold
dice.
on
where
while I
I'm
do some math.
terrified.
Yeah, I guess I could have done it, but I like
Pretty
the,
easy to
I like
add
the
all the
suspense.
ones
That's fine. I wanted to do it. I was upset when you said you could do it.
Well, I was gonna offer it to you. I knew.
Riva looks ready to kill.
Yeah, everyone get ready.
I'm just so nervous about him not dying from this fall.
You're nervous. I have 1 key point and barely any hit points.
Wait, what?
Didn't we heal
I
you?
had 2 rage.
Did you not have
What?
I do. We're fine. I'm better than I was.
Why didn't you say something?
He's fine.
I'm gonna
Richard
miss the
James?
king.
Would this have been like considered a rest while we've been on the ship?
Waiting.
While
Which
she's
is,
been like, while Dietrich's been talking to his family?
while we've been waiting for the turtle.
No,
I was
counting.
laughing. I was not listening to you at all.
What a good DM.
He's valid. That's 20 d6.
And then I have to roll.
Like a
4.
good shot.
He's like 2 points. The turtle.
Oh, Dietrich. Quick thing. You know how Elena looked into my mind?
Yeah.
I can actually see into hers as well. So, just saying. Good on you.
Yep.
Okay, so
Roll for deception. I'm not the DM, but that's a straight lie.
Straight lie.
okay.
It's like
The turtle lands, and you see it. All of a sudden, like almost as soon as it hits, boom! It's Tyrius again.
smack him.
And you guys can all get an attack, and all of you have advantage.
I want to stab him with.
So 27 for me.
Okay.
I can't attack, but can I dimension door back down in the time that everyone's making?
Yeah,
an
that's
attack?
fine.
And then 12 damage.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Hits.
All right.
17.
Hits.
Natural 20.
Woo!
You take his head off
What?
again.
Does that matter though when he's undead? Like, let's keep hitting.
Yeah, that is true. You can keep hitting. So roll your. You take his head off, but then roll your. You know what? Since it's a Vorpal sword, rather than
If he
rolling,
has
you get the
legendary actions. It doesn't take off their heads.
you get the 2 for your crit rather than getting a full one and then you roll. I'll say with your badass sword, you just get the full ×2.
Okay. So full attack damage ×2.
Yeah.
Okay. That's called math. So bear with me.
We're all so great.
Bastion, you rolled your damage already, eh? I already put that down.
You didn't put it down. You didn't record it yet. I got 10 plus 1 plus 6, so 17 damage.
So
Okay.
it's 34 points of damage.
Okay, hold on. Let me math here for a second again.
Guys, I bought a whiteboard just to do math for D&D.
And then what was you said 34, Mary?
34.
I got 15 as well.
And 15. Greya?
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, I wanted to do inflict wounds, but necrotic damage probably doesn't. He's probably resistant to that, right?
He is the king of the undead.
Okay, so we're gonna go with guiding bolt instead.
Got any
Okay.
radiant damage or?
Huh? Yeah, the guiding bolt is radiant damage.
Nice.
Okay. So that's 13 plus 9 is
22.
22.
Cool.
Okay, and then what's the damage on that? 7d6. Oh, I love when it does the math for you. I love it. Okay, that's 16 damage.
Awesome. So the turtle splats, turns into tears. All of you guys just lay your powerful attacks into this thing. Keladir, you chop off its head, and then Greya, you finally guiding bolt it. All these attacks coming in at once. And Tyrius lays there. Actually lifeless. Not undead. Actually dead.
Did it feel a bit overkill?
It might have been. It might have been.
You're right. Dietrich is going to swing his quarterstaff into Huron.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there.
I'm right here, Your Majesty. That is rude. And I throw another arrow into the corpse.
He's going to make a point of ignoring this and is going to kneel down and retrieve the bangles.
Cool.
But he's going to be careful not to put them with the bangles he already has. He's going to keep them separate.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know about that, you know.
Sounds
Is,
good.
now that his head is off,
Yep.
Dietrich will grab his quarterstaff and, like, feels really wrong to do this, but is going to put his quarterstaff, like, in his mouth if he can, and then just, like, fling his head into the ocean.
Okay. Cool, yeah. His head just goes flying, and then
Bye.
Good riddance.
Bastion guffaws at that.
Quite dignified, but I think it was fitting.
Oh.
So what do you do now, Captain, with this jewelry?
We have to destroy them, right? To make sure that they can't be used.
I believe that's right.
Do you
Otherwise,
think any of us could do
Fall
that?
into someone else's hands again.
I can hit them with the hammer.
Can I do an Arcana check on them to get a feel of like how, if like they can be destroyed, or if magic could destroy them?
sure. Yeah.
What are they used for again?
Never when I need it, you know. That's
don't know,
a 9.
9. These are pretty powerful, and nothing that you know could destroy them. And what do you mean, never when you need it? You chopped off Emerald's head.
I know. No, I know. It's only my investigations that are like, phew. No, that was good. You're right. It's happened good. It's happened well.
But yeah, no, you can't get a sense of anything that would.
Well, I don't really know what all of us are going to do after this, but we could all be, keepers of one of them. For now, until we figure it out.
I think that might be a good way to make sure that they don't fall into the wrong hands. And then maybe we can find someone very, very powerful that could help us destroy them.
Yes.
But for now, I guess we keep them separate.
Well, I think that's what we should do,
How many are there again?
5, 6. Shit, I forgot. Hold on.
If there's
Red, black, blue, and yellow?
yeah, 5. If I could volunteer not to take one, I've had enough corrupting magic in my life. I think it's best for me not to have one.
Okay. If you don't feel comfortable, no one's gonna force you.
Thank you.
We could divide them up, maybe, in what they are. Who had them? Yes?
Okay, yeah.
Alright. My book is right here. Let me grab it.
The king was never seen again.
Oh. Huron, stop.
We're the new king now.
And that's how he became the king.
Dwarf king of the elves.
I'm wrong
Fine,
about my book. I don't know where it is, but there was what?
King, you're back. I'm expecting you.
I think there were 6.
So there
I have
was
all these,
Yeah.
but there's not. I don't have the blue one. And there's 5.
because one of us have the blue.
Yeah, someone has it.
I have all the bangles. Oh, the physical bangles.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know,
I know there was Styron the Brave, which is the blue bangle, because I wrote about it in my journal when Aleda fought a snake, and I said she resembled him.
What was the color of Tyrus's bangle?
That was the red one, the one from Port Victor.
The yellow one was from the first island. The red bangle was taken by the skeletons and
Yeah. So the green was from the island with the frogs.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember any.
Was that Nautilus
I
the
don't have my
Wise?
stuff. But anyway, this is so and so the friendly.
Graia?
I was about to say.
This was from the desert and it was the wise. Styron was the brave. This is Brothers, the mighty.
Well, Bastion, I think that's only fitting that you get that one.
I would love to have it.
And this one, which if I hold it here is invisible. If I hold it in front of my face, is an island you guys didn't make it to, and it's the Mysterious.
Maybe that should
Dietrich,
go
I
to-
think you should get the brave one.
I don't know about that. Everyone else is pretty brave around here.
All of our bravery is unquestioned, but you are stepping up to a responsibility that none of us are.
Oh,
Which-
well, that's that's not happening. I did it to save my friends. It's still, there's a coronation and stuff, and well,
It requires a different type of bravery, though.
can we just force it on him? Just like,
And the
like
red
not if
was,
he's truly like pushing it away, but
The red was Reinhardt, the diplomatic.
That one should not go to Dietrich. I've seen Dietrich trying to socialize.
Celadir, I think you should get Nautilus the Wise, Celadir.
No. You. Very wise.
Agreed.
But I will leave it up to your discretion.
If Aleda wanted one, I would give her the diplomatic.
If we
Just-
feel it's best to divvy them up, I will take one for the moment until we can dispose of it.
You don't have to if you don't want to. We could always leave the other one among the crew if you thought that would be best.
We'll give the diplomatic to Huron. Don't think it fits, but
Rude.
I full-heartedly agree. But
Which part? This is important.
with it not being true.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. That was a compliment. Sorry. Long day.
Was it?
was it?
Wait, what?
I think what we're trying to say is that you have survived this long on this island because of your diplomacy.
Thank you, Captain. I appreciate that.
Are we sure it shouldn't go to Celadir?
I think it might. It should go to Celadir, actually. I think the wise should actually go to Huron, and that the mysterious should actually go to Aleda.
I will take it for the moment. Yep. Does anything
Nice.
happen when we take it?
Nope.
Good. You DMs and your trixies, I say, as though I'm not one.
I have a Gilmore here who's probably gonna hit a power button. Buddy.
Cool. So you guys all have all the bangles divvied up amongst you. Tyrius has been killed. What do you do now?
Kick his body into the ocean.
No,
We're-
he'll join his head. Don't do it.
Is there anything on Tyrius's body?
You can do an investigation if you want to look at the
Very,
body.
very carefully and disgustedly. Okay. That is an 18.
He just has a lot. After you take the bangles, there's not too much. He does have a sword. It's not the greatest sword. It looks like the sword would belong to an undead. And just very rotted clothes, as if they're moldy, like they've been underwater, and just grossness, but nothing else that really stands out to you as anything that would be of any significance.
Unfortunately, there's no clues about. If you want, Dietrich, I think it's worth speaking to your men and Imro's former crew.
Yeah, why not though? Well, yes, I guess we can do that. I do want to bring my friends back. If we can do that as well. Wow, look at me. Assuming that we're all staying together.
We are, right? We are all gonna stay together. Right?
How else are we supposed to keep these bangles safe?
I swore an allegiance to the captain, so I'm kind of here for a bit.
It doesn't seem like anybody else wants to stay on the island, and I do not wish to be alone.
Right.
Yay!
You, of course. I think we should get the prisoners sorted, get them on their ships.
Preserve our dead as much as possible, see if we can help them.
Perhaps the people here would benefit from a ceremony of sorts to honor the dead for moving on with the living.
And if you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind burning down the blasted arena when everyone's safe.
Yes.
So nothing will ever happen there again.
I could do with a bonfire.
I could do with the show.
We should collect the weapons and bring them to the ship, just in case.
I'm sure where we're going has plenty of weapons, but if you would like more,
Yes.
I should have known the answer to that.
No.
So Richard, can we? Oh yes.
Before we go back, Greya wants to go back to the ship, run back to our ship, the Lady Chank, and go under, look in that barrel, and see if my tadpole's still alive.
Okay. So
very,
do you
very important.
beeline it for the tadpole?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to the Lady Chank, go underneath, and run quickly to the barrel. You get there, and there's no tadpole in there.
No.
You can do a perception check.
Okay.
Oh no! I know what happened.
Why would you do this, Richard? Why would you end this?
Okay. 6 + 9,
15?
15.
Cool. You look down and you see little feet marks in wetness scurrying to another room of the ship, to the bunks.
I follow him.
You go, and on the other side where the bunks are, there's kind of like a closet, and you walk up to a little frog, like standing the way those frogs that you fought were, standing in front of this like closet, just being like, rah, 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 rah.
Baby! My baby! Greya picks it up.
Okay, and it's
no.
like, as it's like swiping at the closet door as you pick it up.
Oh, I open the closet door.
Cool. You open the closet door, and there's a man in there who's like, just was running away from this little frog, and he looks petrified.
Hi, I'm Greya. Who are you?
He's an older man, and he's like, "What the hell is going on here?"
This is my baby. It's a long story. Who are you?
I'm very confused of how I got here. All of a sudden, I was on this ship. It's nice to meet you. My name is Reinhardt.
Reinhardt? How did you get here?
To be completely honest with you, I'm not sure. I was in my office, back home in Port Victor, and this man, I'm sure you don't know him, who is a resident of my town, Tyrius, he came to see me, and we got in an altercation, and all of a sudden, things went dark, and all of a sudden now I was here. I came to suddenly. I was standing over this, and he reaches and he holds out to you that little ship that you guys took off of his office.
Oh my gosh! There's so much we need to tell you. With the Bengals and I need to take you back to my friends. We need to tell you a lot of things have happened, but you'll be able to help us destroy the Bengals, right?
The Bengals, my God, is everything all right?
No, I mean, yes, it is now, but there was a lot, and a lot of people died, but we have them now, and we're going to try and destroy them so that nobody ever dies, trying to get this power, and it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I'm afraid they can't be destroyed without my original captains and I together, and I don't think many of them are left.
Oh. So I guess we just have to keep them?
If you have them, and
I just want to make sure that, nobody gets hurt in this pursuit anymore. Like for you guys, you had to go on all these islands and live, well, some of you had to live by yourselves, and I don't want us to have to do that in order to keep keep these Bengals safe.
Well, from the sounds of it, I'm glad that the bangles ended up in your hands. Many people would use them to do harm. I'm willing to meet your friends and help you in whatever way I can. Maybe the way we did things wasn't best, but the bangles must never reach anyone who may use them for harm.
Yes, okay, thank you. I'll take you to meet my friends now. And I with my little froggy in my arms.
Okay.
I say, follow me. Are you okay? Do you need any healing though? Are you?
I'm fine. I wasn't harmed. It appears I was locked away.
Okay, well, I'm glad we finally found you. We've been looking for you for a long time, really.
I don't even know how long I've been in there.
Oh, it's been a while. But yeah, we'll tell you everything after you come meet my friends. It's been a lot happened.
Okay. And so as you're carrying this little frog, it's almost like a little puppy that like it is gnawing at you and like scratching at you, but not even really to do damage. It's just like, you know how puppies do. It's like kind of playing, but like it is kind of hungry, so it is just gnawing at things.
Oh no, we'll get you some food. Don't worry, we'll get you some food.
She doesn't have to make any Constitution saving throws.
No.
Oh yeah, is it poisonous?
I was definitely like, what color is it? Greya, think of this before you hug it, but of course she wouldn't.
Poisonous amphibians are only poisonous if they're eating the foods from their environment, which is fine.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Thank you, Caladia, for that little factoid.
Tell your local.
So as you walk back, Reinhardt is going to point at your frog and be like, "He's very cute. What's its name?"
Oh, what are we gonna name you? I'll call you. We'll call you Fred.
Very nice name.
My most important note of the evening.
The frog.
Cool. So Reinhardt goes back. If you're going back to your friend.
Yeah, I'm going back to meet up with everyone else.
Cool.
You have a frog and a man.
Yeah, guys, this is Reinhardt.
Reinhardt of Fort Victor.
Yeah.
Reinhardt, old man Reinhardt. That's Reinhardt.
He is an old man.
It was
yeah.
there.
Stowing away on the ship.
That is me. Yes.
You're like really old. No offense. I just mean, you know,
No, it's not taken. I am very old.
Yes, we heard
He looks
stories.
positively decrepit, yes.
No, offense taken. Yeah.
Always the charm.
You know, you were a pirate and stuff. Do you have like a fancy pirate hat and stories about being a pirate and stuff? We were pirates recently, actually. And, you know, well, we don't have it. Well, we do have stories, but, you know, most of the time it's pretty boring out on the sea, don't you think? Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. Hi, I'm Dietrich.
It's fine. It can be boring. I do have stories. I don't have a fancy pirate hat. I'm sorry.
We gotta get you one. We have some on the ship.
Sure. Thank you.
As Dietrich kind of melts, Huron goes to the captain. Captain, should we start the preparations? Get everyone to celebrate, then get everyone out of here.
I think we should. And then we'll look off with Reinhardt.
Sounds good. Before anyone compliments him to death from being so old.
Very old, actually. You have no idea. Like, super old.
Are we concerned he was stowing away on the ship?
No.
Okay.
I think they're concerned that he might just die based on their concern for his age.
Oh no, you have no idea. He would never die. He's so old.
I can assure you, I will not die of natural causes.
Well,
I'm sure that Reinhardt will explain all in time.
yes, I mean, how are you on the ship actually?
Huron just goes and follows the captain's orders. He's just like, all right, I know what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna go back and get everyone ready.
I'm afraid I don't really know how I ended up on your ship.
Well, we could talk about it on the way.
Sure.
Dietrich will just talk his ear off.
Okay, sure.
How does the lady Chang?
Talmir's not going to intervene.
He's very polite. He's just like, whether he's interested or not, he's just like, oh, wow, yes, that's very interesting.
Yes, and then I talked to some of the people that were living on your island, and you should maybe talk to some of them, because they're not all getting along, and, I think maybe you could bring them together a little.
Oh, yes, of course. When I get back, I will, of course, hold some sort of town hall to explain to everyone why I've been gone.
Yes, well, I might go back to a little less people.
Oh no, what do you mean?
Well, there's plenty of time to talk about it, maybe not right now.
It's a very unfortunate thing to leave me hanging on, but okay.
No, you're right. Oh, wow, I'm sorry. It's just, well, the port was attacked and we tried our best to help everyone, but not everyone made it.
Thank you for doing what you could, I guess.
We tried our best.
Well, we will rebuild.
Yes.
We rebuilt after the first war. We can do so again.
You should probably open up your ports a little more, though. We realize that your town is a little bit, well, feels exclusive, No, I'm not telling you how to run your place at all, but...
Well, it's a possibility. We will discuss the bangles, and now that you have them, what your plan is with them, and maybe I will feel a little safer to open up my town.
Well, yes. And, I think this is the sort of thing I do. Now, my kingdom will have your back.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for that.
Yes. Feels a bit weird.
Richard, as
Yes.
Dietrich is talking his ear off, can I insight check Reinhardt?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, this isn't that bad. Well, it's not great. 12. Better than I expected.
He does seem like he's being genuinely polite. He seems a little confused as to and kind of overwhelmed by everything going on. You don't the only kind of way you can sense he might be deceiving is he's not as interested in Dietrich's story as he's letting on. He would rather figure out what's going on, but he is being very polite.
Being bombarded.
He is. I am impressed by the politeness. But he's not. No bad vibes when bangles are mentioned.
Can I get a vibe check?
Vibe check.
Can I get advantage on that vibe check?
Nothing like triggering or no red flags or anything.
Okay.
Richard,
Yes.
how does this, as we're walking through the shipyards going back, how does this Lady Chank look, the ship?
It looks in the same state as when the crew left it, which was, I think they left it perfectly fine. I don't think that there was a battle, so it probably got a little dinged up, but it's in good shape.
Okay.
All these ships kind of look like they were just brought, after they took you off your ship and brought you to the island, they just kind of parked your ship and just left it. Like they just that's kind of what the shipyard looks like.
Okay. And Emerald's ship was distinctly nicer.
Yes, it was a royal ship.
All right. Then, Bastion will go to Keladir. Say, Captain, I know that is your ship, but perhaps since we are traveling with a king now, we should lay claim to that ship.
We've been through a similar situation before with Emerald, and we will leave that up to Dietrich.
Okay.
It's not as straightforward as it seems.
Well, very well. Looks longingly at the nice ship.
Cool. So you guys kind of go about your little bonfire party. What are you doing?
I would be making sure that people had enough provisions to go to the places that they want to go, making sure people are reunited with the survivors that they might want to leave with and being put into groups of people, but making sure everyone gets a rest before they go. I don't think anyone's leaving tonight. I would be cooking on this fire.
People are kind of gathering and almost laying claim to ships. There's no one's fighting over ships. There's plenty of ships, so people who need to go places, it's a pretty open communication of where are you heading to? So they all kind of start gathering on ships, but everyone seems calm. They don't, even though yes, they really want to get off this island, there now seems to be no threat, so it's not like people are rushing to get out. They are helping with the bodies, and it's just kind of a post-war feeling where it doesn't feel great, but there is a sense of we won and we can finally relax kind of in the air.
During this time, Bastion is going to kind of wander off back towards Brothers' chambers, and he's going to claim the two main weapons for himself, but he wants to gather up all the treasure and all the other weapons and everything, and kind of drag everything, all the stockpile back down to where people are gathered, and just start handing out treasure in more or less equal shares to people, and be this should set you up wherever you're going. Here you are.
Cool. When you first go up to Brothers' Lair, you do run into Amorous, who is in the treasure room, specifically looking for something. I'm gonna see if he finds it. Yeah, he does. He, out of all the treasure, he just grabs a little a necklace that has a gem on it, and he just smiles. He doesn't really say much as he leaves. He just smiles at you and holds it up in the air, and he's like, "Needed my necklace back."
Fantastic.
And he just walks away.
Bastion stops him. Question.
Yeah.
I technically killed Brothers. Does that make me champion, or are you still champion?
Hey, you killed Brothers. It's all you, man.
Fantastic.
I thought he was gonna be we fight now.
I feel if Amorous was no, I'm still champion, then Bastion may.
Want to have it out? Let's just.
All right, Keladir, I killed your brother after all.
No, just defeat.
Dietrich will very poorly be ordering these new men at his disposal around, but very kindly, telling them oh, can you help over here, and can you do this, and he'll help a little bit with carrying things on ships as well. But when he gets some off time and when it feels okay, I think that him and Fonolin and Thorbash and less Morwyn, because I don't really know what she could do without any water around, would put on a show.
There's a river.
There is a river. She's more of an attraction. Mermaids are still pretty awesome here, so It's like, step right in, come see the wonderful Morrowind. It's more like that.
Right, okay.
I don't want to put a damper on Dietrich's show, but we do have a member of our party that we either have to lay to rest or decide what to do with.
Well, that's why he said when the
Good.
moment is right, not
Thank
when
you.
he's gonna put
Oh,
on
good.
the show.
No, thank you. I was just like, I want to see the show. I want to see the show. Aleda absolutely wants to see the show, so.
Greya is sitting over by Mac and she's just like patting his hand and she's like, "You're gonna be okay. I know it. You're gonna be okay."
Aleda would have put ice around him just to try and keep him a little
Oh, like
preserved.
fully encased in ice.
Yeah, not necessarily like an ice cube kind of thing, but like picture like cubes of ice kind of creating like an ice structure around him and any other dead that some people think there might be a chance at.
Okay. So Greya's just like patting at him then, as closely as she can. Just being like, "You're gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay."
Cool. How do you get, like, you said you're having a bonfire, but you also want to burn the arena down. So what, how?
Oh, Greya's got fire spells for days.
Yeah, I'll help her with that. I will help just generally spreading it.
We have torches. Perhaps all these fighters who have been here for so many years might want to ceremoniously toss a torch on the pyre.
I mean, isn't the arena in a mountain? So wouldn't that be rather difficult to burn down if it's encased in a mountain now that we know that?
Well, the
We have to-
structural integrity of whatever it is.
Should we move the undead into there?
Yes.
I don't think we should move who we lost in there. I don't think we should burn them with the undead in the arena. If we can.
The undead weren't undead by their choice. They were people here that deserve the same honor as the people who fell. They just were unfortunate enough to be turned.
Frederick and Wyatt did say that Emerald did kill some of their men to join the army.
Perhaps this mountain could be a fitting tomb for them.
Move
Yeah.
all the bodies into the arena.
Except for Mac. Can we move Mac to the lady?
Sure. So who's gonna move Mac?
I will help.
I was gonna say I'll
Ashton.
help. As helpful as I can be in that
If-
situation.
If I'm putting him on ice essentially, then I assume I would also be there.
There's a rather large shield here. Perhaps we could all move him on it.
Like a sledge.
Yes, let's do that.
I could be making snow. We could be dragging it.
Cool. So since this seems to be kind of everybody, Reinhardt will also come and help you, as you are now the only people he knows here.
Okay.
And when he gets up, he sees Mac, and he's like, "My God." My old friend. And that's all he says, and he helps you.
Okay, Greya just kind of gives him a pat on the shoulder. It's like, he's gonna be okay.
You do.
And he just looks at you, and he's like, "Thank you. I mean, to be honest, I thought he died many years ago."
You
I'm
knew Mac.
sorry. What?
What? Oh, my apologies. This is my old friend, Mackenzie Steeran.
Pardon?
He was one of of my friends, one of the captains.
What, say that name again? Like one more time. Like one more time.
Mackenzie Steeran.
Huron dives into his bag of letters and he's ruffling through quickly. And he pulls out this one. They're all covered in mud and dirt by now, so one that is just as covered in mud and dirt. Like the paper's crinkly because it's been wet 3 times. I have a letter for him.
You have a letter from Mac this whole time?
I didn't know his name was Mac. I mean, I knew his name was Mac. I didn't know his name was Ken. I know every name on these letters verbatim. I have a letter I was to deliver to him. From we better bring him back. I gotta give this to Huron just seems almost in a daze now, just his old life and his new life coming together.
Well, if we can deliver him from death, perhaps we can deliver him a message.
Reinhardt, did one of your other captains were they named Michael?
No.
Okay, just the coconut then.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
It's
No one
probably
does.
best that you don't.
All right. Should we bring Mac home?
Yes.
We're gonna
Wherever that is.
bring him on a sled back. Sled shield.
Okay.
Shield sled.
Cool. So you guys, you make it back to the ship. There's nothing interfering.
Huron's just clutching this letter super hard, unsure of what to do. It's not opened.
For the first time ever, Dietrich is going to put his hand on Huron's shoulder. Don't worry, you'll get it to him.
Thanks. I appreciate that, man.
It's very nice of you to do all this.
It's my duty. It's why I came here originally. I kind of almost forgot.
You have more letters than that.
Yeah, I do. I'm supposed to send them out to everybody. I guess I should do that now that I'm free.
Who are they
I
for?
mean, they're letters to people from their loved ones. Death wishes, a lot of them. People who don't think they'll see their loved ones again, or very important messages. Sort of like people's dying wishes for the most part, not all of them, but a lot of them. Maybe when you are actually king, not that you're not king, maybe you could help me find some of these people. If you're into that, I know you're a king now or whatever, but if you're into that idea of helping, that kind of thing.
I'd be honored to help you, Huron. In any way that I can.
Thank you, Dietrich.
He's gonna rip out a page from his notebook. And like he did for Aleda at the beginning of the campaign, he's just gonna write I owe you on it and fold it. Deliver this to me when you need a favor.
I'll hold on to this, as you can. I never get rid of anything. He puts it in proudly and dutifully into his bag, all organized.
If we're back on the ship, Dietrich, if you're writing letters, I might have something for you. There's a wax seal that I took along with some wax from Imril's ship. I assume it's the royal seal of Dietrich's house. So I will find those wherever I had them on the ship and be like, you could officially sign things with this.
Thank you. Do you want me to wax seal that, And then you could be like, oh, the king owes me a favor.
He quickly, excitedly does, and he stops. He's like, yeah, I guess you're into that.
Not like a weird autograph or something.
No, of course not. No, it wouldn't matter because you're.
I don't even know if it's, Here you go.
Thank you.
It's gonna burn or attempt. Do I have matches? Do I have a tinderbox? Do I have something to burn this wax?
I'm sure I gave you matches with it. Like,
Well, there you go, Huron. Oh, it's even... I don't know why, but I guess it's better now.
Yeah, people like that kind of stuff. People who do messages and deliveries. They're groupies, fanboys, you know the type, right? So he puts it in, like, organized. His bag is like very cleanly. All right, good. Thank you.
Yes, just have it be a letter from a friend.
Absolutely, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Cool. So you can lay Mac on probably one of the bunks, I imagine, and you would ice him. And then you're free. We won't spend too much time talking about like the fire. Like you left the bodies in there that you want to burn, and you took any bodies out that you don't.
Yeah, we put everyone except Matt
Okay.
into that fire. Yeah.
Reinhardt chooses to stay with Mac and just sit with him. And you guys are free if you want to have your little performance party bonfire celebration thing.
I mean, first I think we should do a solemn word or something, and then a celebration of life as it continues.
For sure.
All right. So I guess we'd gather any of the survivors who want.
Yeah, they all pretty willingly join.
All right. I have a song that we sang in my village to honor the dead in times of war. What's the name of this island again?
Nomacaf.
Nomacaf. All right. This is a version of a song that is for Ulster, Nova Scotia, which is free use, so we don't have to do anything with it. But I'm changing it, and it will be Farewell to Nomacaf. I'm just going to sing 2 verses. The drums do beat, the wars do alarm, the captain calls, I must obey. Farewell, farewell to Nomacaf's arms, for it's early in the morning and I'm far, far away. Farewell to Nomacaf and your sea-bound coast, let your mountains dark and dreary be. When I'm far away on the briny ocean tossed, will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? I have 3 brothers, they are at rest. Their arms are folded on their chest. But an old simple sailor just like me must be tossed and driven in the dark blue sea. Farewell, farewell, farewell.
That was wonderful.
And the rest of the night is like, it's a very nice, it's nice, it's relaxing, everyone feels safe finally, but it is a little bittersweet. There are a lot of people who have lost people, but they do enjoy the performance. They like the distraction. They like that it feels like this is life moving on finally.
Dietrich, describe the show.
Well, he will see that everyone's kind of like having that feeling of kind of like being down, like that bittersweet feeling, and like that they're like happy that they can move on with life, but it isn't like a good time because they lost friends. So he will pull out, and I believe he has yeah, look at that. He's gonna pull out from his backpack or his stuff. He's gonna pull out a viol, and he will start to kind of like play a bit of a song on it. And I imagine Thorbash and Faunalin would kind of join in, and I think Thorbash would do his performance first. So Thorbash is a contortionist, and would kind of find something very small within the vicinity, anything we're packing up, if there's like any boxes, and like fold himself really small and like put himself in the box. And like it seems impossible that he would be in this box. And then once he went into the box, I feel like Faunalyn would then like pick it up and like hold it into her hand. And as that would happen, Dietrich would then stop playing his music and like hand his viol off to Aleda, who I imagine is, you know, still kind of working and doing things. And he would climb up on Faunalyn to get to where she is holding the box and like go up on there to then like balance himself on it on one leg and like lift his other leg all the way up. And as he did that, would bring his leg down and then just like jump off the box in a front flip and kind of like land. They're like, thank you.
Grea's eyes are so wide. She's never seen anything like this in her life, and she is loving it.
I really wanted Gray to go to the circus. This is great.
So
all the characters that Dietrich described to Caladir is starting to make sense.
Yeah, so stuff like that would kind of different tricks like that would happen on and off as they like try to keep spirits up. Dietrich would probably also, if he could, find like an old sail that might be ripped, but not ripped beyond anything, and use it to like kind of string up on like a cliff edge if he could, if he had any leverage, and then he would like use that to simulate like a silk show or something like that, if he could do that, if you would allow him.
Yeah, there's like gateways and like different things that you could probably get hooked on that are pretty high to do it. Like it probably wouldn't be as high as what you have in the circus. There's probably nothing quite
for sure
like that, but like you get a little mini setup going. Yeah,
cool. He would do that, and then he would do like probably once he was finished that, once it was like kind of dying down, would do like a tumble show and you know, kind of clown around to pick everyone's spirits up, and then would call it a day.
cool.
I love the circus.
Yeah.
I love it. Brea is pumped.
So this like kind of like celebration / morning thing is happening.
You know I'm feeding everyone, right? I'm making funeral potatoes, and I'm also making crepes. Because if there are eggs and flour and like some kind of clean water that we can drink with, I'll make crepe batters that we can fry up whatever and just put into the crepes. So people can fill it with whatever they need.
So this is like the, you know, it's again like it's bittersweet because everything happened, but like it's also one of the best nights many of these people have had in a long time. So the night continues and it kind of dies down naturally. And some people head back to the ships to sleep, but some people kind of just hang out in the main area and end up falling asleep there. And it's just kind of, again, naturally happens when people fall asleep. And then the next day comes and people kind of gradually start boarding their ships and sailing out.
Okay, I think Grea will kind of quietly, uneventfully go down into the bunks of the ship where Mac is then.
Yeah.
That morning. And she'll like take her cloak and put it over him, and she'll put her hands on his shoulders and she'll start doing like the ritual. Yeah.
Cool. And anyone, I don't know if you want to market it, probably don't really have to, but everyone did get a long rest there. And so while you're doing this, is everyone else just kind of like loading up on the ship and everything?
Yeah, I think we'd be seeing people off and
Okay, cool. Dietrich, do a perception for me as people sail off.
20.
20? Cool. You see getting onto a boat in the distance. They never had a chance to come up with you in the busyness of last night, but you see Helena and Home getting on a ship, and they just kind of wave at you and smile.
He will very excitedly wave at them and be like, "Don't forget to go see a show. You have a ticket."
Home signs this to Helena, and then just yells back, "We're very excited to come see. Thank you for everything."
He'll yell back, "The Reverie Bazaar, wherever they are."
We'll find you. Yep.
Sorry. I was just going to say, Elena had previously put her stuff in the holding cell. She's going to move it back into the captain's thing. She's had enough sleeping in a cell. She doesn't want any of that. But then, like, we'll pass by, your teacher could be like, "Oh, maybe the king should have the best room. Oh, no." And then continues bringing her stuff to the nicest room.
He would literally, if she looked over at him, would just be
Beans.
Greya, you are down performing this spell on Mac, and Reinhardt sits by watching, hopeful. An hour passes by, and again it seems the sun shines a little brighter and that there is a light in the room. But as you watch, Mac never starts breathing again. He just continues to lay lifeless.
Mac, I hope you're at peace. Thank you so much for everything. And she just kind of hugs him for a while. And then lets go and pats his hand. And she just kind of cries by herself for a little bit.
Reinhardt will also stand up and just place his hand on Mac's chest. And he says, "Rest well, old friend." And then he turns and kind of pats you on the back. And he's like, "Thank you for trying. You did everything you could." And he's just going to walk out.
Okay. I think after a little while, Greya's gonna come out of the room and like try and gather everyone in one spot. And she just goes up and she's like, so I tried to do the spell and raise Mac this morning, but it didn't work. I think he was too far gone, and I think it was probably his time. But I think he passed peacefully, and I think he would want us all to be happy for him. And I just hope he's found peace. And I just wanted to tell you guys that thank you for being my family. I'm so glad to be here with all of you. And I feel like I've seen the world. And it's been so scary, but it's been so beautiful. And I can't wait to keep living my life with you guys because you're the best family and I love you all.
Love you too, Gray. You did everything you could for Mac. Maybe we should honor him with a proper sailor's funeral, you know?
Don't they usually burn the body with a boat?
I don't know. This is my first time at sea, to be honest.
Thomas will he just nods his head. He's like, "Yeah, that's how we do it. We ship him off.
We could put him on an ice floe."
I thought perhaps a more fitting rest, and Bastion points over to the very nice royal ship.
Oh, we're gonna send him off and set that ship on fire. Maybe one of the
Maybe a dinghy off of one of the ships,
No.
not a full ship.
No,
Or
Bastion
maybe I
is
guess
right.
there's extra ships.
What are
Bastion
the
is right.
sailors? What are the sailors going to do? Like they have to get home as well.
There's only like 5 of them. They could come with us.
Yeah, I vote that one. That one. Like, and Huron's bow and arrow are like already on fire. Like just arrows are. I have fire arrow spell. I'm already like ready to go.
It's what Mac deserves.
And Reinhardt will also say, he's like, he was a mighty captain at one point in his life. He was not just your everyday sailor.
All right. Well, I can use gust of wind to send off the sails, and use water to my water guidance to send it off in the right direction, since no one else will be on it. I'll help if we think this is the most appropriate send-off.
Right.
I think Mac would have liked it.
He was waiting for a ship when we met him.
And now he can... Oh, no, that's grim. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'll go tell the men that they can come over here.
I want to know that reaction. I just want to know that reaction of, we're using your boat as a gigantic funeral pyre. I'm so curious.
Well, it's my boat now, isn't it?
I know it is. No, I'm just curious what their reactions are going to be.
Well, Dietrich will go over and be like, well then, we're moving ship. Completely.
There it goes.
There it goes. Willow, why are you this way? 1 second.
Yeah.
Bastion will offer to carry Mac over to the other ship.
Okay.
Now?
Make sure Michael's with him.
Michael's not dead yet.
The coconut?
Michael still has a life to live. What
Can
if
I
he
do-
needs another coconut?
Can I do an Arcana check on the coconut?
Sure.
Just in case.
Sure. And Dietrich, when you say this to the soldiers, they're a little taken aback, but they're like, "Oh, yes, of course." And they just go. They don't. It's not their ship. They have no attachment to it.
Willow.
Dirty 20 on that Arcana check, just to make sure.
Michael is just a coconut.
Okay, good. I had to be sure, everyone. I didn't want there to be like a soul in there or something, so.
Well, I guess we could put Michael with him, so he's not alone.
I think Mac would appreciate that.
I think so too. Sailing
Yeah,
the seas
he
with his
would have
friends.
wanted Michael to go with him.
Men, do you have any, Frederick, Wyatt? You have any magical abilities? I don't know.
No, not us, sir.
Oh. Well, we're gonna set this thing on fire.
All right. I guess we'll ask them to make sure the sails are up, so that I can use gust of wind to send it off, and I'll kind of guide it with my water powers to make sure it's going straight out and not crashing into anything, since nobody's on it.
Sure.
And then once it's out safely far away, then we can set it on fire.
Okay. Wyatt and Frederick do go with Huron, and they have bows that they also light on fire and take aim. And they let it go.
To the greatest captain who ever lived.
To the only man I've ever seen explode another man's head with a rock.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
that too.
What?
To a great friend.
Reinhardt goes, "One of the bravest and most selfless men I ever knew." And you
Mac.
see slowly the ship starts to catch on fire, and it grows as it goes off into the distance.
I'll raise a glass to Mac. I assume that we kept the wine off that ship.
Yeah.
We kept some of the wine off that ship.
The rest was
They
fuel for the
delivered
fire.
wine to a lot of the ships, as Dietrich ordered. They gave out some wine. But yeah, people do have wine.
Dietrich will smell it before he drinks it.
I'll check it for poison. We're good.
Good. It's just wine.
Yeah.
He's still gonna.
You don't have to drink it if you don't want to. You're the king. You can make the rules for yourself now.
I still, like to keep up with formalities and stuff. I don't want people to bend to my will.
Oh, well, I can't. Would you just prefer it sweet, or is it just too bitter for you?
I don't know.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make it taste like a candy apple.
Okay.
Well, this is wonderful.
Fast forward 100 years later. Dietrich's drinking problem.
So Reinhardt will now turn to all of you, and he says, if you don't mind, I would like to return to Port Victor.
Yes.
And I do feel, as much as I always worried, you were able to stop this force which us captains couldn't. So I feel like maybe these Bengals have passed on to the...
It was close. I'm sorry.
So I do feel like these Bengals have passed on to the right people. If you swear to protect them, then maybe I can go back home and relax, open up Port Victor as you said I should, and feel more safe about the protection of these lands.
Port Victor, then. First stop.
Port Victor.
Back where it started all. Back where it all started. Right.
Hello? Are you guys coming back to get me? I am still tied up. I cannot move. Hello? Anybody?